Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our podcast.
Today we're looking at the newest Lego DVD movie, Batman Family Matters.
Suspicion is on high alert after Batman, Batgirl, Robin, and Batwoman receive mysterious invitations. However, family values must remain strong when Batman and his team encounter the villainous Red Hood, who is obsessed with destroying the Bat family in all of Gotham City.
And unlike the other Lego DC movies, I know a lot of people don't take these as seriously, but when we saw this movie and you remember the other ones like with Aquaman and the Flash and the others, they were pretty goofy and fun. This one almost felt like a regular animated DC movie.
And they were just using Legos.
Right,
Absolutely.
minus the swearing and possibly blood or innuendo.
Right.
It's like they just made it kid friendly.
Right, and it was a direct-to-video release.
Yes.
So.
It was way more serious than I expected for Lego Batman. I mean, they still had its fun moments, but you could tell it was a whole different feel from the others. But that doesn't mean we didn't enjoy it. It just meant that they took this storyline way more seriously than their other ones. The other ones were just goofy and fun, and this one actually, like I said, felt like a regular PG-13 Batman movie, but without the adult stuff in it. I was like, okay, your kids can't watch this.
Absolutely. So without giving away too much of the plot and spoilers, let's tell them what Family Matters was about.
Right.
So they can see
So
this really interesting plot.
in here, Batman is starting to be a little bit obsessed with crime fighting, and he really doesn't even want to be Bruce Wayne as much anymore. Like, he won't even stay in the meetings. He's constantly on vigilance, whether he has on the bat suit or not. He's always out there fighting, so now he's a little bit addicted and running himself to the ground doing it, and he's not even taking his business as seriously anymore, to a point where he doesn't even care about the business anymore, which was like a shock, because so many bad guys come in and out of Gotham 24/7 that he just said, screw it, I'm just going to be Batman all the time so they can stay away. And this, in turn, causes a bit of a chain of events for another villain to come around and for Red Hood to appear. And we were actually surprised when how many of the Bat family included. I mean, we hadn't seen Red Hood in quite some time, and so far he's been starting to reappear in the DC universe. And they included Batwoman. Unfortunately, she was not voiced by the live-action counterpart, I think because the show wasn't aired at the time. But she was included with the Batman, so they had almost everybody here.
And surprisingly, I also had Billy Batson.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised to see this character appear in the new one.
Right, and with Batman of all people. We will say, though, that this is apparently before he gets his Shazam power, so I guess is what leads up to it, because it looks like in the, like a little bit of a teaser at the end, it's hinted that the next Lego movie will be a Shazam feature, possibly in honor of the Zachary Levi movie.
Right. So the voice cast are people that we pretty much are used to hearing in a lot of superhero or action anime. You had Troy Baker as Batman, Allison Stoner as Batgirl,
Tom Kenny as Commissioner Gordon and
Yes.
Penguin. Yeah, I forgot. He's now voicing Commissioner Gordon now in all these DC movies now.
Yay! Scott Menville as Robin, Jason Spisak as Red Hood, Steve Blum as Scarecrow, and then we also had Cam Clark as Brother Eye and Bat Computer.
Right.
Now, our favorite hearing in here, of course, was Will Friedle as Nightwing. We're so glad that he's back. We had Josh Keaton as a board member. He was an extra. Don't go around calling people extras just because you don't know what their names are. We had the Superboy from Teen Titans, Nolan North as Alfred and Killer Croc. Tara Strong as Batwoman, which was really a surprise for us.
Right. Usually she's Harley Quinn.
And Fred Tatasciore as Solomon Grundy.
And we definitely got to give a shout out to Zach, what's his last name? Callison? I think.
Yes.
And who's
Billy Batson.
Right. Who's the voice of Steven Universe.
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't believe it, because at the time.
Which we are now on season 3 watching.
Right. And I couldn't believe it, because I didn't recognize the voice, because at the time I had watched Steven Universe, his voice is much different. It's totally different with Billy Batson, especially with the newer episodes of the other show. So when I saw this name online, I was like, oh my gosh, that was him, and I didn't even recognize him.
The thing that I didn't like most about this movie is that it was only 72 minutes. I wanted it to go on so much longer.
Well, like 90 minutes?
90 minutes, 106, 120. It could have been much longer, and the plot line was so strong, and the writing so well done, and the voice acting so fantastic that you could have sat through this for 2 hours and being happy, even though it was Legos, because as you said, it didn't seem like a Lego movie. So that is the thing I dislike most, that this movie was not longer than 72 minutes.
Right. And it looks like they were lifting from when they had the comics of the death in the Bat family, but they made it way more kid-friendly. Because you could tell, like we said, this was an unusually dark tone for Lego. I mean, it wasn't like gritty dark, but it was more focused and calm and action and plot oriented than just the superhero fun antics when they had the rest of the Justice League or the Flash. This one, you could really take the story seriously, and Red Hood, despite him being, you know, toned down because it's a Lego, it was still taken seriously as a threat.
Right.
Plus, they had to change his story. Mama said, why did they change his backstory? Well, if you've seen Under the Red Hood, it's pretty violent, so there was no way they could put that in this 6 to 11-year-old movie.
Well, they could have had it where, you know, like you show the first part and then it faded out and you were left to your imagination, or you know.
So they just
But no, I do like the way they handle it in here.
It was a little more comedic, way more tame, and it was more on the lines of, you can't tell me what to do, Dad!
Right. But yeah, this is a great idea, and we hope that DC continues to make the fantastic movies they've put out so far since Batman Ninja, with that start in 2018.
Yeah.
And this is a great one as a follow-up for new beginnings to the animated movies based on some of the ones they've had recently prior to these that were kind of more dark, that didn't feel like DC animated
They were just too much dark and gritty and blood and stuff.
I know there's a group of people who love that genre and aspect. But for being traditional DC movies where it was safe to even let your kids watch, the past few movies prior to Batman Ninja were not those kinds of movies.
Right. The closest one you had that was okay was Batman versus Ninja Turtles, and the worst they had was a little bit of blood and one of the turtles said hell.
I'm sorry, that was that wasn't the beginning because that came out this year. So yes, Batman Ninja was the beginning. Batman versus the Ninja Turtles was second. Right. And then DC Batman Family Members is third. We hope that this track continues because this is great. All three of these have been excellent. Fantastic writing, brilliantly done. And we hope DC continues to make these type of movies and know that this is what the fandom is wanting. So that not only adults can watch it, but kids can watch it. It's safe for pretty much all ages.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't think we could really express it enough. We were just amazed at how great this movie was with its antagonist, its writing, its characters, its humor. There was definitely humor in there, but it was way more timing with it because of the story. They didn't want to just go off the walls and it was just bat crazy. It was more, like we said, more toned down, simplified story-wise, and really taking it as a serious, like the first serious Lego DC movie. Because, you know, the Lego Batman movie, the theatrical one was definitely just off-the-wall crazy. This was almost like its emo brother, where it took that, it was still an engaging story, but it was more focused like a real Batman movie, as you said, just they took a regular story and made it Lego and safer for kids.
Right. Another great thing is when you purchased it, they actually gave away a free 84-piece Lego set. So they really were trying to get the fans back to watching the animated movie.
Right.
And let them know, hey, we've heard you, this is what you want. Here's a bonus for your getting, because normally when they have had any type of bonus with the DC,
it's usually
Lego
like
movie,
a figurine.
One figure.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is awesome.
Right.
So we want more.
Right. And Also want to point out for the Lego movies, I mean, we know they're not like we know Lego's popular worldwide ever since the Lego movie. When it comes to the Lego DC movies, we know that not too many people talk about them. Perhaps maybe they just, for little kids, and they're pretty much just not that much interested since the target really is for little kids. But the great thing about this movie and some of the others is that even though they're supposed to be rated for ages 6 to 11, like Cartoon Network, they don't treat the audience like they're 6 to 11. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be gory or violent or innuendo and stuff, but it could go back to what they were doing when they had the animated series and stuff, and you had the dark elements, but there was still story and action and morals, and it was entertainment, and all ages could watch it and enjoy it, even though the network wanted to be a specific age group. Adults will watch. We've seen adults watch a lot of these Lego movies with it.
Mm-hmm, like me. And it's okay if they want to have that type of dark arcs. I think that DC should make a specific line of movies where all of these stories and characters are treated with that dark arc format.
Right.
And then you just let buyers know, this is our new dark series. This is not for children. This is for adults who want a more hardcore, hardline animated
right. At least there's no concern.
With stronger references, more action, more graphic animation. And that would be fine with me. And I'd probably watch it. But I just like the idea of this being separated because you've got a lot of kids that love DC. And they are ages 6 to 11 and some younger. And you're not given a warning that, hey, this is not safe for kids. But this is not only, as we said, engaging and fantastic, it is safe for your KO kid ages 6 to 11.
Right. So if you have not seen Family Matters, you definitely have to, because even if you don't see like all the other movies before it, you just see this by itself, it's a really, really great movie. It stands on its own as probably one of the best DC movies and Lego movies that they have made. Mm-hmm. And if you have seen it, let us know what you thought of it in the comments, because we really want to hear what you thought of it.
And you can not only buy it in store, you can also rent it from Redbox.
Right. Or go to Amazon if they have it on there, I think. So, thank you so much for watching. I'm Asuka Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a fantastic day.
Peace.
And reporters sitting, flashing lights. Trying to walk around, man, who the hell are you? What you want to do? Well, man, it's on you. Man, it's on you. Hit her in my dreams. She was my queen. A castle in the mountaintops, rivers and streams. Plucking sunlight from the sky in my pocket. Give it to you later on.